International league controversy over incidents of anti-Semitism at college campuses have made national headlines of late. We've covered the story here on the show. Most recently, allegations at the campus of UC Berkeley. And now a civil rights complaint has been filed by the Anti-Defamation League and Brandeis Center against the Berkeley Unified School District. We're talking K through 12 here, charging that system with pervasive anti-Semitism, including from teachers in the classroom. Nick Watt has been following all of this for us. Nick?
Well, Jake, pretty much everyone in that school district agrees there needs to be more education about what's happening in the Middle East, and there is a brand new curriculum, but now they're arguing over who was involved in formulating that curriculum and whether it's accurate or fair. Amongst all this, I really wanted just to speak to some of the kids and find out what the atmosphere is like for them.
One of my friends was called a word that I hadn't heard before, a kike.
That's old school.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't even know it existed until like recently.
He's a Berkeley High School junior. He's Jewish. Kid on the left is not. They asked us not to use their names. Guy in the middle, an educator with Jewish Student Union.
I think this was a thing before October 7th as well, that Jewish people are like one of the last ethnic groups that you can like be racist towards because...
In terms of it being socially acceptable?
Yeah, because they're more like white people.
You like accidentally write down a number on, oh, it's because you're Jewish. Haha.
Right.
The Jews messed up again. Like, why? One of the bathrooms at the school, there was written, kill all Jews. That has since been taken down, thankfully. But like, when...
How does that make you feel as a Jew?
It makes me feel sad, but people in my school don't care as much about me.
I asked a kid at one of the local high schools.
Because you deal with the Jewish Students' Unions at all the schools in the Bay Area, right?
I asked him, so what have you experienced on campus in terms of anti-Semitism? And he said, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing crazy. The occasional swastika or two.
People feel really like forced to pick a side in a war, which is like crazy. I'm sympathetic towards like the people of both nations.
It's like another thing people are like saying and passing in the hallways is like, oh, what side are you on? Because I don't want to pick a side. Like this is like, it's a really complicated like thing that's going on, and it's not so black and white as the school is teaching it and as everybody is like learning it.
What I see a lot is things like school boards, things that are more systematic is where this culture exists.
If we could please keep the noise down, I can call on the other students.
The microphones only pick up the speakers. It's noisy. Some Jewish students spoke about the new ethnic studies curriculum.
The second slide implies a false and harmful dichotomy that you must believe that either Jews or Arabs have historical claims to the land.
Another student had a different opinion.
I found the curriculum to be very informative and open-minded, and it has contributed so much to my understanding of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict.
The mother of a Jewish sixth grader spoke.
Yesterday morning, before he left, he said to me, Ima, which is mother in Hebrew, when we're walking through the city today, I'm going to put my hood on over my kippah, over my Jewish head covering he wears all the time. I mean, he said to me, I'm scared.
Little apparent sympathy in the crowd.
How much more import does it have when it's coming from a teacher rather than from a fellow student?
It's not all the teachers. Like, there are certainly great teachers. Their words have more weight to them, and students are like, oh, if they're saying that, then I should say it too.
There have been school walkouts organised by some faculty members in support of Palestine. Some students stay home or stay in class.
During the walkout, I could hear it from my math class, and one of my friends came in and told me they were chanting "F the Jews."
And are Jewish kids trying to hide their identity?
I'm sort of stuck in between because like I don't want to get harassed more, but I also want to be proud that I'm Jewish.
So how do you walk that line?
I'm still struggling with it.
Now, since that civil rights complaint, one high school teacher in Berkeley has been placed on leave. The superintendent wouldn't give us an interview, but her office gave us a statement, which reads in part, they say that their district is like the city, quote, it stands as a beacon of free speech and inclusion. It's against all forms of hate, and they're going to use this as an opportunity to listen, reflect, and examine. Meantime, a bunch of teachers have written a letter to the superintendent in which they claim this is what happened. Quote, they say a small group of parents with ties to Israel have taken this as an opportunity to shamefully conflate advocacy for Palestine with anti-Semitism. So, not much reflection or listening there, perhaps. Jake.
Nick Watt, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Coming up, a 2-mile-long crack in the Earth's cubic lava. It's beautiful. It's also dangerous.